Good morning, Netrunner players. Hello, it's time to talk about Banlist 25.08. In conclusion, at the front, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. I like this ban list. We'll get into it. So the first one is Bankhar. I have some notes on Bankhar. Well. Look what happened. Look what finally happened. Hey, get out of here. Alright, no, I have constructive notes. This was barely a prediction. Anyone could have told you Bankhar had to go. This card is completely unreasonable. It was unreasonable from the moment it showed up. It's been unreasonable until literally yesterday. The ice at NSG introduced as tech against not having breakers, that being Samaxamoon and Kesselroyd, couldn't even force Bankhar players to respect them because they still let Bankhar do the Bankhar thing. It's ridiculous. The card is just unreasonable. Everybody knows it. I don't think I really need to spend a lot of time on it. I'm glad it's dead. Rip Bozo. Weyland Rush just got a lot better, which is exciting because they have the most solid end the runs, and turns out when you're not replacing them with take a net damage, everything's fine. So expect more green. Rio is probably straight up dead. I don't like that. That's a little bit sad, and I know that core Rio does have some neat tricks and all. But overall, I would be surprised if Rio has any real presence in Standard for the foreseeable. There will be some, to some extent. You know, there's always people that are heroes out there that can play characters that are down stuff, but this one really feels rough. Hosh is going to continue being the best value ID. That has not changed across the entire game. That's just going to keep being true. But the loss of Bankhar does mean that she has to like actually rig up and play regular Netrunner more so. So that's good. It also means that she gets a lot less out of Strike Fund and... Oh, what was that? Huh, computer made a ping. I'm not editing that out. Strike Fund and Steel Skin. So, you know, I think overall it'll be pretty good. Anarchs are going to have to learn to do math. Sorry, ESA players in particular, you're gonna have to put the pace down for a bit and pick up a textbook. Like, it's just, yeah. Bankhar has been awful for the game for a while, and now it's dead, and I'm very, very happy. Goodbye. Alright, Info Bounty. You'd reasonably think this is the one I'm unhappy about, given that I play Criminal, but no, I actually think this was pretty smart. So this is just a targeted Sable nerf. Basically, nobody plays Info Bounty. There are a couple of other criminals that will throw it in here and there, but it's not nearly as notable as it is in the ID that very specifically pays you out for doing what it says to do on your ID. This is smart. This is very, very smart. I take a little bit of issue with the logic put forward in the article. ID bans are scary, yes. Obviously, you don't want to take characters out of rotation in a game that's character-based, but it can open up a lot of the card pool for a broader faction. My example of a bad ID ban was R+, because their reason given was, hey, it opens up the tag design space, and then they proceeded to do nothing with the tag design space. That said, in this case, I think it's absolutely the right choice, because this is also very clearly a preliminary ban list that they're sort of using to figure out the pre-Worlds tournament season, so that they can react to Worlds accordingly and create a solid tournament environment. Last year was a little bit rough in that regard. It looks like this year they're really gearing up to do a solid job. And this kind of, like, pseudo-soft touch ban, I think is smart. I think it's indicative of a really solid methodology over there. So, good stuff. Deep Dive, I am sad about. I don't like seeing this card go. I get why it's gone. I'm not going to complain about it, but I am a little disappointed. Shaper is going to continue to be in dire need of win cons in a game whose win cons have largely been reduced to run events and twinning. It's a little bit of a shame, to be frank. Banning this without giving Shaper anything is going to hurt them a lot. We do have a month to see if they need a pick-me-up. I suspect we're going to see something to the equivalent of, like, the post-2024 Worlds ban list, where they ban out the remaining Shaper cards that are good, and suddenly Shaper play rates just go through the floor. I don't think it'll be quite that dramatic, because we do still have some good stuff, and I'll get to that in a second, but don't be surprised if play rates fall a lot. The good news is there are viable options. I'm going to include a link to a really cool list that won Milwaukee Megacity, and doesn't run Deep Dive. It runs Pantograph. That shit's crazy. Also, Leo's punching air right now because this was the one popular thing that they could just beat. Like, yes, Leo would still lose to Shaper, don't misunderstand me, getting remote locked still kills Leo dead one way or another, but beating out a cheeky Deep Dive was such a, like, easy thing for Leo to do, right? You're the only ID that has access to border control, and then pop, just kidding, no you don't. Now, the good news here is that Leo is still better than people think it is, but yeah, this was one of the, like, rare popular things that Leo was uniquely good at, and now it's gone, so, you know, whatever. I don't really mind that at all, but it just felt like it was worth noting. But wait, there's more! We got Luminal back! We have an unban! I love unbans. I'm always excited to see the ban list used a little bit more dynamically, and oh boy, what a pick. I am surprised, I am delighted, I am kicking my feet in joy as I sit in my chair here. HB needed help. HB needed help a lot. It's the worst corp faction right now, and this is a way better unban than Vacheron. Let me tell you, this could have been a lot worse. I'm glad that we've decided that the couple of % increase in win rate was now warranted to give back. I think this shows a level of maturity here as far as ban unban balanced team stuff goes. I need y'all to understand how incredibly gas this is in Poetry. Core players know what's up here, but this just lets you go so ridiculous in wide HB. It's true in PD as well. Honestly, I think... Oh, well, whoops. I think you're going to see this in literally every purple deck, just to see if they can get it to pop off. And good on them, I wish them the best. I think that a lot of HB's problem right now come down to their agenda sweep being bad, and this helps that. This makes 2 of your points really, really good. Like, best 3-2 in the game levels of good. And as a one-of, I'm totally fine with that. I think this is fantastic. That's it, we're done here. Goodbye. I'm gonna go play with my cat.